All right, what's going on YouTube? This is BoxingWave. This is going to be an audio upload. Very busy this week, and I don't want to go too many days without tackling this topic. All right, so, enjoy the video. Just a video of me carding a couple months back. So enjoy the video while you listen. But listen, I wanted to give this Canelo Kovalev topic some closure. Okay, you guys see the live commentary I did the other day, the night of the fight. And I want to say thank you for everyone that supported and came in and all the new subscribers. I hope you enjoyed the channel and all of that good stuff. All right. And I also did a post-fight video following that, talking about the fight as well. Now, I was able to go back and watch the fight again. Okay, didn't really think any different of it. I was also watching some of the yard fight with Kovalev just to compare his performance in that fight to this one. As many of you knew, I thought that Kovalev was going to win the fight. I thought Kovalev's jab was going to be the main issue, and his size and his experience at 175, was going to give him the edge in the final decision. I didn't think there was going to be a knockout in this fight, and obviously I'm wrong. But as far as the fight and it being fixed, okay, I'm getting a lot of comments about that still, and a couple of emails as well. Many people think the fight was fixed, okay? A lot of people think that Kovalev took a dive. I'm not sure. I'm not a conspiracy theorist on this channel. I never have been. I go by the way I see the fight. And even before the fight, I was getting a lot of those comments before the fight about this fight being fixed, okay, beforehand. All right. A lot of people picked Canelo to win for those reasons, too. All right. Listen, Kovalev didn't look as strong in this fight. He didn't look strong. Didn't draw a lot of power in his punches in this fight. But you could look at it this way. That might have been the game plan between him and Buddy McGirt to begin with, okay? I was looking for a post-fight interview with Buddy McGirt. I wasn't able to find any on YouTube. I would like to hear from him. I would like to know exactly what the game plan was. My assumption is to touch Canelo with the jab, and I knew Kovalev was going to do that, but I would think that he would mix some power shots in there with that. He did here and there, but it wasn't enough. Yes, he opened up a little bit in the 8th, 9th rounds, but it just wasn't enough. He fought scared to me. And even though I had him winning rounds earlier, right, going into the 11th round, I had the fight a draw. A lot of YouTubers I respect actually had Kovalev up on points going into the 11th round. I've heard all kind of things. I've heard draws. I heard all kind of stuff, different opinions. But I had a draw going into that 11th round. And I thought the game plan was to touch Canelo with the jab and stay out of the range, But I expected Kovalev to sit down on some of those shots, too. And even though it was early, I thought Kovalev was going to sit down a little bit more. I know Canelo was going to try to get in range, come in, be aggressive, get low, try to attack the body, throw some counters. I knew that was his game plan. That is just how Canelo fights every fight. All right. But, I didn't think Kovalev would fight that scared. There's a couple of things that could have affected Kovalev, his age and the fact that he just had a fight a couple of months ago, a tough fight, a fight that he almost got knocked out, a fight that he took a lot of punishment in, I think he clearly was winning the fight on points going into that 11th round, but he took a lot of damage in that fight, and maybe it was just too soon for him to take another fight, or maybe it was the rehydration clause. Maybe that, the little bit of extra weight that he had to keep off going into the night of the fight might have affected him too. Maybe he was a bit drained. There was little power there. All right. So these are key things that could affect a fighter in a fight. You know, and this is maybe part of the reason why we didn't even know there was a rehydration clause officially. We didn't know until the day prior. That's when the news kicked in that there was a rehydration clause. But before that, it was just based on rumors. All right. So that could have played in some kind of effect, you know. Plus, not only that, but look, obviously Kovalev wanted to survive into the later rounds before bringing out the big guns. All right. But Canelo's game plan was the same thing. You know, this is a guy that has had stamina issues as well. So they both had the same game plan. It was just about who was going to do better in the later rounds. I thought that Kovalev would, because he's used to fighting at the division. Even though he's older, he's used to fighting at the division. And he didn't have the time to blow up in between fights because he just came out of a fight. You know, so I figured, you know, he was going to be ready. He was going to be already fit for the fight. I said at the weigh-in, I didn't think he looked as good as he did at the weigh-in as he did in the Alvarez rematch and the Yard fight. But, you know, I thought he would be fine in this fight. And he just didn't look strong. He didn't look strong, but he boxed well. He just didn't look strong. I wanted to see some more jabs to the body, you know. Even in the Yard fight, I thought the jabs were stiffer. You know, I know he wasn't sitting down on the shots as much as he used to, but the jabs were still stiffer against Yard, against Alvarez in a rematch. This is the weakest I've seen Kovalev ever in his career, even in the losses he had, even against Ward in the second half of that fight, even against Alvarez when he got dropped. I thought that he looked stronger in those fights. This is the weakest I've ever seen Kovalev. But he boxed well in the first half, for the most part. It just wasn't enough. So I'm not going to go with the fixed fight. I can't prove that this fight was fixed. I can't prove any of that. You know? As much as we can, there's more proof that Kovalev lost a fight for different reasons other than just saying it's a fixed fight. And I know a lot of you are not going to like to hear that, but it's the truth, you know. Well, I think these other reasons of why he lost a fight are better reasons than just saying that he got paid off before the fight in order to take a dive. I believe the knockdown was real. I thought the first right hand is what really hurt him. Even though he threw a punch after that, I thought the first right hand was what really had him stunned. I think the left hook wasn't as flush as, you know, the right hand that followed up with it, and the right hand he got hit with before. But I think he was already hurt, and, you know, I think he's just not as durable as he once was. And I think that's part of the reason why he got knocked out. I think the knockout was real. You know, whether you think he took a dive or he was paid off to, you know, this was a fixed fight or whatever, I think those punches actually hurt. I think most of the people that saying that was fixed, it was because he was taking it easy on Canelo by making it a sparring match, fighting like he was sparring. He was never throwing anything with any bad intentions. And that I agree with, that he never threw anything with bad intentions, but maybe it's because he was trying to survive to the later rounds, okay? And maybe he wasn't 100% going into fight. Maybe he was already weak because of the clause, because of his previous fight. Who knows, all right? Or maybe it's because UFC took over the fight and this guy had to wait until 1:30 in the morning to fight. You know, who knows? But anyway, yeah, man, I'm not going to just ride it out to the fixed fight thing. You know, I'm not going to go with that. As far as Canelo and being pound for pound thing, I mean, by far his resume is number one. As far as resume and as far as, you know, current active boxer, if you're not including Manny Pacquiao, of course, he's pound for pound best fighter in the world as far as resumes, as far as active boxers. Crawford, Lomachenko don't have the resume to compete. Not even close, you know. I didn't think they really had the resume to compete before the fight neither, but going to 175 and beating the champion there is a lot better than what these guys are doing. All right. If you want to still pick the other two based on the eye test, then that's totally subjective. That's your opinion. But, you know, as far as resume, Canelo, there's no one really out there outside of Manny Pacquiao that has a better resume than Canelo Alvarez. All right, so that's it. You know, I'm gonna go. You know, let's move forward from the fight. Donaire against Inoue video will come out tomorrow. We'll do a breakdown of that. I just realized today that this fight is on Thursday. They're not having a fight on Saturday. So it'll be this Thursday. This is the World Boxing Super Series Finals at 118. This will be on Thursday night on dazn. This won't be on Saturday night because that KSI Logan Paul fight, Jamel Herring fight is also on Saturday. So we have a lot of other fights on Saturday. So this fight will be on Thursday. All right, so I'll do a breakdown of that tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.